Hello everyone. Today we're gonna discuss about the Mark Tilbury, a self-made billionaire, and about his strategies from a student to becoming a billionaire. So welcome.
You know, what's the absolute hardest money you'll ever make? For so many people, it's that first $10,000. It just feels like this massive wall to climb. But what if there was a blueprint? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into. This is the question, isn't it? That first 10 grand. It feels like the biggest mountain you'll ever face on your financial journey. It's that first major hurdle where you either build real momentum or you just get stuck. And let's be really clear here. This blueprint is all about doing it from the very beginning, from scratch, square one. No safety net, no big loan from the bank, just you and your own drive. If that sounds like you are in exactly the right place. Okay, so before we get into any specific methods, we've got to start with the most important piece of the puzzle, a core mindset shift. Because according to our sources, getting to your first $10,000 isn't about getting lucky. It's about building a repeatable skill. It's really easy to get pulled into the myth, right? The idea that quick money comes from these high-risk gambles like day trading or trying to chase the next hot crypto coin. But the experts we're looking at say that for a beginner, that is a total trap. The reality, the path that actually works, is treating this like a skill you can learn, one that's built on smart, strategic action and just plain consistent effort. And this is the central idea, right here. Making money isn't some secret language only a few people know. It's a skill. And just like any other skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can master it. Thinking about it that way, well, it's a total game changer. So how do we actually start learning that skill? Well, one self-made millionaire we looked into boils it all down to this incredibly simple but really powerful 2-rule blueprint. It's designed to get you started with almost zero risk. So here they are, the 2 core rules for whatever you decide to do at the beginning. Rule number 1, it has to require very little or even no upfront investment. This is all about keeping your risk as low as possible. And rule number 2, it has to bring in a consistent stream of cash. That's what builds your foundation and your momentum. All right, so with those 2 rules in mind, the blueprint points us down to very practical paths. These are your starting points, your first income streams to get you to that $10,000 mark. Following those rules, you really have 2 main options when you're just starting out. You can either sell in-person services or you can sell local products that you make yourself. As you can see, each path has some pretty clear pros and cons, so let's break them down. Path 1 is all about selling your time and your skills directly to people. Think things like personal training, dog walking, maybe even freelance videography. The biggest advantage here, speed. It is so fast and cheap to get started, and you get cash in your hand almost right away. The catch, of course, is that you're limited by your location, and you can pretty much only help one client at a time. And if you're thinking this all sounds a little too simple, get this. The self-made millionaire behind this very blueprint started out by washing cars. Yep, no crazy business plan, just soap and sponges. It is the perfect example of those 2 rules. Almost no upfront cost, and it brought in consistent cash, one car at a time. Now, the second path is for all the creators out there, selling things you actually make, like home-baked goods or handmade crafts. This can be super fun and really rewarding, but it's important to know the trade-offs. This path is usually slower to build an income, and you always have to think about the cost of your materials. So, whether you pick services or you pick products, you're working your way toward that first big milestone. But let's take a second and redefine what that goal really truly means. This number, it's not just about the money. The experts we studied argue that your first $10,000 is the hardest, but also the most empowering money you will ever earn. Getting there is a huge psychological turning point. This is why it's such a big deal. Think of that first $10,000 as your launch pad. It's not the destination, it's the proof. It's the rock-solid evidence you show yourself that you have the skill to create value and earn money. Once you master this first level, that's what unlocks everything that comes next. So here's the bottom line. This whole journey starts by treating money-making as a skill you can learn. Earning your first $10,000, well, that's just the proof that you've learned it. So the only real question left for you is, what skill are you going to learn to build your launchpad?